The Dukes of Devonshire are among the wealthiest and most renowned English aristocrats. Their unique jewellery collection at Chatsworth House boasts numerous rare and exceptionally beautiful gems. Today I want to highlight the Devonshire Parure. These jewels were commissioned by the 6th Duke of Devonshire, known for his extravagance. The pieces were intended for his niece, the Countess of Granville, specifically for the coronation of Tsar Alexander II in Moscow in 1856. The magnificent set was crafted in 1856 by C.F. Hancock. It features a combination of gold and diamonds with carved gemstones from the collection of the 2nd Duke of Devonshire. This remarkable parure perfectly reflects the bursts of colour that characterize many works of Victorian jewellery and art. The set comprises a necklace, corsage, crown, tiara, bandeau, comb, and bracelet. The centerpiece of the parure is undoubtedly the large corsage suspended from the necklace. The owner's eye is first drawn to the carved gemstones in vivid shades of blue and red, followed by the exquisite gold and enamel work surrounding them. The set also includes several headpieces, actually 4. This tiara suite features stunning, intricate enamel in bright red, blue, and green hues encircling the carved gemstones. Also included in the set is a crown. Unusually for a parure, it is impossible to wear the entire set at once. As explained on the Chatsworth website, the Countess of Granville would choose which of the 7 items of the parure to wear, depending on the significance of various coronation events, and her hairstyle and dress would be adapted accordingly. All 7 pieces could never be worn together, as the 4 separate headpieces could not be combined. The Devonshire Parure includes 4 carved gemstones depicting different Tudor monarchs. One of them is a stunning cameo portrait of Queen Elizabeth set in a green enamel medallion. This medallion once contained 2 tiny portrait miniatures, each no larger than a fingernail, which were unfortunately damaged in the 1970s. There are no known photographs of their pre-damaged condition. The portraits of a man and a woman on a blue background have not been precisely identified, nor has the artist, due to their poor condition. The 2 miniatures within the medallion suggest a romantic, or, at the very least, a close relationship between the characters. The wealth of the Devonshire collection leaves room for the possibility that these works might be miniatures of Queen Elizabeth I and her courtier Robert Dudley, Earl of Leicester, by Nicholas Hilliard, or perhaps undiscovered miniatures of the Cavendish family. Another luxurious item is the Devonshire Palmet Tiara, a striking piece crafted in 1893 by A.E. Skinner in London. It was commissioned by Louise von Alten, the wife of the 8th Duke of Devonshire, known as the Double Duchess. Her first husband was the 7th Duke of Manchester. The diamonds used to create the tiara were sourced from numerous Cavendish family treasures, including the unique Devonshire Parure. Louise enjoyed wearing this extravagantly large diamond tiara. She first appeared with it in 1896 at the wedding of Prince Carl of Denmark and Princess Maud of Wales. Upon her death, Louise's will stipulated that future Duchesses of Devonshire should also wear the tiara. Consequently, her successors have worn it at events such as coronations and state banquets. One of the tiara's unique features is its shape. In fact, the piece is a closed circlet, almost like a small crown. The design of the tiara is also not entirely unique. A similar Palmet Tiara exists in the collection of the Earl and Countess of Derby. Next, let's examine the Devonshire Honeysuckle Tiara, a remarkable example of Victorian jewellery and a treasure passed down through generations of Cavendish women. The tiara was crafted in 1865 for Lady Louisa Egerton, née Cavendish, to wear on her wedding day to the Honourable Francis Egerton. Following tradition, the tiara was also worn by the current Duchess Amanda on her wedding day in 1967, and by her daughter, Lady Selina, on her wedding day in 1995. The tiara, cast in silver and gold and adorned with numerous diamonds of various sizes and cuts, is truly dazzling. Yet it is also versatile. Different elements of the design can be removed, allowing the tiara to be worn as a necklace or split into brooches. Besides tiaras, the Duchesses of Devonshire adorned themselves with a striking star-shaped ruby brooch surrounded by diamonds, a family heirloom of the Cavendish lineage. This brooch first appeared on Evelyn, the 9th Duchess of Devonshire, along with the Devonshire crown, in a series of portraits taken around 1920. The ruby brooch was among the jewels passed to the 10th Duchess in 1938, and in 1950, it came into the possession of Deborah, the 11th Duchess of Devonshire. The Duchess wore the pearl necklace with a ruby clasp at various daytime and evening events, as well as in iconic portraits taken by Norman Parkinson in 1956 and a painting by Pietro Annigoni in 1954. The Duchess of Devonshire continued to wear the necklace with the ruby clasp over the next several decades, typically during the day but also for portraits, such as the famous photograph by Bruce Weber in 1995. The current Duchess has slightly altered the pearl necklace, wearing it as a clasp on a much longer necklace than her mother-in-law's, often pairing it with pearl and ruby earrings, especially for portrait sessions. Another brooch, the Craven brooch, consists of 2 Kashmiri sapphires set in paired diamond hearts, from which a large pear-shaped pink diamond is suspended. It was created in the 1890s for the renowned Cornelia, Countess of Craven. The brooch was acquired by the 11th Duke of Devonshire at the auction of the Countess of Craven's jewels in 1961 and gifted to the Duchess. One of the first appearances of the Duchess of Devonshire wearing the Craven brooch was in 1963 at the wedding of her eldest daughter, Lady Emma Cavendish, to Tobias Tennant. She paired it with the diamond honeysuckle tiara on her hat. More recently, the Craven brooch was displayed at Chatsworth House in 2010 to celebrate the Duchess's 90th birthday. After her death in 2014, the brooch was inherited by her son, the 12th Duke, and was listed on the Chatsworth website following its removal from a Sotheby's auction in 2015. Hopefully, this striking jewel will make a public appearance again soon. Another brooch stood out for its romantic significance. To celebrate their 60th wedding anniversary, the 11th Duke of Devonshire, Andrew, commissioned a heart-shaped diamond brooch for his wife, Deborah Mitford Cavendish. The brooch, adorned with paved diamonds forming the heart shape, features a single heart-shaped diamond at its center, pierced by an arrow encrusted with diamonds. It was crafted for the Duke by Armour Winston, one of the oldest shops in the Burlington Arcade near Old Bond Street in London. Known primarily for selling luxury watches, the firm also deals in other exquisite jewelry pieces. Andrew passed away 3 years later, at the age of 84, in May 2004. Deborah survived him by 10 years, passing away in September 2014. After her death, the brooch was inherited by her descendants. In 2016, this piece, along with many other items from her estate, was put up for auction at Sotheby's in London. The Duchess herself had unique passions, including a love for chickens and an obsession with Elvis Presley. She amassed an extensive collection of insect brooches, starting with a yellow and white diamond butterfly brooch in honor of their wedding in London in 1941, followed by an insect brooch for each anniversary throughout their 63-year marriage. The brooches combined both antique and contemporary designs. The Duchess delighted in wearing her insect brooches on various occasions and in numerous configurations, often donning a dozen on a single jacket or pinning several insects to her sleeves. By the time of her death in 2014, she had gifted several brooches to family members, but 18 insect brooches were auctioned at Sotheby's the following year. Despite the sale, the family retained many of the brooches, and in 2017, the Countess of Burlington wore a necklace from the Devonshire Parure, along with some insect brooches for a Vogue photo shoot, promoting house-style 5 centuries of fashion at Chatsworth. The exhibition showcased numerous insect brooches from different members of the extended family, featured in books and plates depicting flora and fauna. There is no doubt that the insect brooches remain an integral part of the late Duchess's legacy and will soon be seen again. What is your favorite decoration? Write in the comments.